So you out here trying to hurt my feelings because you can the next. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Because them ain't good enough that I be having you crashing out. You're a lame to me, and you will never equate to me. And it's crazy that I even let you even play with me for such a long time.
Ooh, Cardi B meant it when she said, "Be careful with me," because Stefon clearly wasn't. His ex better stay alert, because Cardi just lit the match and this drama is about to explode. You already know Cardi and Stefon have been out here flaunting their new relationship like they're Hollywood's hottest duo. But boom, his ex just came through and crushed all that with receipts, saying he's still sliding into her DMs. And from the way she's talking, it ain't just the DMs he's been dipping into. If you catch the drift, the fact that Stefon might have cheated on Cardi just weeks into their fling, that's next level messy. Now it looks like Cardi's got her sights locked on the ex. And when Cardi gets mad, she aims to hit. She just threw some not-so-subtle shots at this girl, and if you know anything about Cardi, it's that she's not letting another woman play in her territory without a fight. Forget popcorn. Grab your wigs, cause this ride is getting bumpy. Cardi doesn't play when it comes to women sneaking into her relationships. Just ask Jade, Offset's side chick. Cardi straight up ran up on her for messing with her man. And let's not forget Jade's sister, who got caught in the chaos too, even though she didn't even mess with Offset. Cardi almost landed in court for that one. So let's be real. Cardi's not backing down, even if it's just a few months into dating Stefon. She's already geared up to swing if anyone, especially his ex, Sky Marlene, tries to step in. It's getting real spicy, real quick. Let's keep it real. Sky's been stirring the pot heavy these last few days, but it kinda looks like she's just trying to reel her man back in. Word on the street is, she and Stefon never officially called it quits, and they've been sneaking around even after he started seeing Cardi. Yup, this ain't just ex-girlfriend energy, it's giving I never left. Things got wild when Sky posted some cozy pics of her and Stefon looking real close, like booed up type close. The kind of pics that scream, "We've been locked in," not, "Oh hey, remember me?" They looked so tight, people are wondering if they ever broke up at all. But it didn't stop there. Sky dropped some spicy screenshots of their texts, and whew, those messages got people raising eyebrows and screenshots. The vibe between them? Way too easy, too affectionate, too familiar for two folks who supposedly hadn't talked in a minute. That back and forth wasn't giving old flames, it was sounding like still burning. Now fans are peeping Stefon sideways like, hold up. If he was texting Sky like that while he was out here cuddled up with Cardi in public, what's really the deal? A lot of people are starting to whisper that this whole thing might have been a PR stunt from the jump, like maybe he never cut Sky off and just used Cardi for some spotlight moves while keeping his original flame on standby. And then boom, Sky hits with the quote, "I hate when a ninja act like he wasn't just crashing out being a stalker, but I let him have his own social media and play my part so he can get his clout." Whew, that's not shade, that's a full eclipse. Then Sky dropped the mic and said, "I don't post him. I be with him in real life and we be doing it raw." Whew, she went there and didn't hold back at all. Somebody better call up the universe and get Cardi a brand new guardian angel, because the one she's got right now must be off duty or working overtime elsewhere. Seriously? After all that mess with Offset, the cheating, the public apologies that felt more fake than real, and that whole roller coaster of breaking up and making up, we all wanted to believe Cardi was finally catching a break. Like, finally some peace after all that chaos. When Stefon popped up, people were cautiously cheering her on, like maybe this is it. A reset, a clean chapter, maybe even just a simple rebound without the drama. But of course, peace didn't last long, because the streets are now buzzing that Stefon might not be as squeaky clean as he looked. Nope. Rumors are swirling, and if even a tiny bit of it is true, Cardi could be heading straight into another emotional storm. It's starting to feel like deja vu all over again. Heartbreak Part 2. People are already murmuring that Stefon might not have been as single as he made it seem. And if that's true, then Cardi might have walked right into another messy entanglement. Front row, no ticket needed. Honestly, it's draining. Cardi doesn't just need a break, she needs a whole rebrand when it comes to love, like delete the files and start fresh. But instead, it looks like we're watching a whole new drama unfold before the first chapter even gets going. And just when it couldn't get messier, fans started accusing Sky of chasing clout too. They're saying she's been posting old pics just to stir the pot between Cardi and Stefon. Yep, the drama's thick, and everybody's watching. So folks were out here dragging Sky, saying she was just a bitter ex who couldn't handle the fact that Stefon had moved on with Cardi. But Sky wasn't having none of that. She clapped back real quick and made it crystal clear. She wasn't about to let the internet clown her like that. And to prove her point, she dropped even more receipts, showing that Stefon was still sliding into her DMs. In the new screenshots, Stefon sounded heated about those cozy pics getting leaked. He messaged her saying, "Sky, I know you upset, but bro, that was a lot. I hope we can actually have a convo when you're not upset." Like, really? He's acting like he's the one who got played. Sky came back with the heat, replying, "You don't F with me for real. You showed that from the beginning until the end of the day. No need to pretend it's cool. Can take one to the chin. I just hate the disrespect and dishonesty. You really did the most, and I've never done a thing to you no matter how you try to spin it. Steph, good luck. This ain't for me." Whew. But Stefon didn't back down. He hit her back with, "Shaking my head, okay? Get up. You go in there. Stop this itch. Let me know when you're ready to be an adult." The nerve. From the vibe of those messages, it definitely sounds like Stefon wasn't trying to cut her off. Like, at all. It's giving, let's keep this going on the low energy. He seemed more focused on smoothing things over than actually shutting it down. That's not ex behavior. That's sneaky situationship behavior. And Sky? She was done. She ended it with, "I'm cool, bro. I don't like dudes that treat me like that or talk to me like that. Period." The audacity, the drama, the mess. It's too much. "Never have I ever been through some mess like this," Sky wrote, clearly fed up. "Stop trying to flip the script on me. I see the game and it's cool." But of course, she wasn't done yet. She then posted a photo of herself holding two phones, trying to make it look like a flex, but we all knew what she was really doing. One of those phones clearly showed Stefon FaceTiming her. She wasn't even trying to be slick. She wanted everyone to see it. That was the final straw for Cardi. She had enough of Sky's games and sent out a not-so-subtle warning on Instagram, writing, "S gotta fly." Whew, that's a slick threat if we ever saw one. And if that wasn't enough, she also dropped a video clip to back it up. Clearly, she's not here for the drama, but she's ready to respond to it. And here's the kicker. The whole situation exploded right after Cardi had just posted about how much Stefon was into her, calling her gorgeous and acting like things were picture perfect. The timing? Brutal. But let's be honest. As messy as it is, it ain't exactly surprising. Stefon's always had that playboy rep. He never stays locked down for long, and almost every relationship he's in ends up coming with extra baggage. Remember that whole mess with Mia Jones? Yeah, things got real ugly. Mia, better known as Mulan Hernandez, and Stefon had a public fallout that went all the way to court. Stefon even filed a lawsuit against her, claiming she laid hands on him, trashed some of his stuff, including a $130,000 watch and his gaming console, and allegedly tried to squeeze him for $1 million. So, with a track record like that, maybe Cardi should have seen the red flags waving early. Because this ain't his first rodeo in relationship chaos. Now get this. According to Stefon, Mulan didn't pull her alleged stunt alone. He claimed her friend, Brianna Mack, helped her carry out the whole plan. Stefon even said Mulan threatened to wreck his whole career and ruin his name if he didn't give in to what she was demanding. But Mulan wasn't about to take that lying down. She fired right back, denying everything, and she came with some serious accusations of her own. Mulan claimed he was the one who got violent during their blowout on June 7, 2024. She says he allegedly left her with a concussion. According to her side, that lawsuit Stefon filed? Pure retaliation. She said he only took it public because their private sit-downs to squash things behind closed doors fell apart. So instead of resolution, it turned into a full-blown legal mess. But oh, it gets worse. Because this ain't even the first time Stefon's name got tied to messy romance drama. Let's rewind to February 2022. Word on the street was that Stefon spent Valentine's Day not with one lady but two, in the same hotel. A source spilled that he had both women in separate rooms and bounced back and forth all night like he was running drills on the field, never missed a pass. The disrespect. And his own teammates? They've clocked his game too. When asked which player they wouldn't want dating their sister, guess who they all named unanimously? Yup, Stefon. That's not just a red flag. That's a whole marching band waving warning signs. And let's not overlook this, just weeks before he was linked to Cardi, he was also being spotted with Young Miami. So now folks are starting to ask, was Cardi just the next in his rotation? Because with Stefon, it's always another headline, another name, and another messy situation. Back in late 2024, whispers started flying that Young Miami and Stefon might have had something going on. It kicked off when she was spotted at his 31st birthday dinner at Carbone in Miami. She even posted a quick IG story with the number 31 and some birthday decorations, but then deleted it real fast, which, of course, only made folks way more suspicious. Not long after that, she showed up at a Houston Texans game, yep, Stefon's team, rocking custom Texans gear from head to toe. Fans caught that and were like, okay, this ain't a coincidence. People started putting two and two together, thinking they had a little situationship brewing for a few weeks. But then out of nowhere, Miami tweeted, "I can't fall in love with no one. I'm young, rich, outside, and single." That sounded like a sudden shutdown. And considering how Diddy wildly disrespected her, he literally had a whole baby on her, and she still didn't go off on him the way she did Stefon? Yeah, that says a lot. Now here's where it gets even messier. There's been long-standing talk in the streets about Stefon possibly being on the down low. Rumors started popping up that he's allegedly had secret hookups with men. Last year, things really got wild when a man named Chris Blake Griffin accused Stefon of something serious. Chris, who's known in celeb circles and apparently works as a stylist or something, went on a whole social media rant claiming Stefon did some shady stuff. He even accused Stefon of drugging and assaulting him. Chris said, "Christopher, this is my life we're talking about. I don't know what you do with yours, but I be doing some stuff with mine, so it means something." It was a long, emotional post, and whether folks believed it or not, it definitely added more heat to Stefon's already messy name. This ain't just relationship drama anymore. It's turned into a full-blown storm of serious accusations and secrets that could wreck more than just his dating life. Let's break this down because this part came straight from someone claiming to speak facts, not gossip. This guy, Chris Blake Griffin, wanted to shut down what he called false info and gave a whole timeline of his connection to Stefon and his family. He said he knew Marshawn, Stefon's half-brother, because he was working on a clothing line for Liam, another one of Stefon's half-siblings. Chris was helping design Liam's line, which he said was inspired by a February 21st men's collection. Marshawn? He was running errands back and forth for his brother during that time, so he was always hovering around. Chris made it clear. They weren't super close, but Marshawn was in the background. As for Stefon, things took a dark turn. Chris claimed that Stefon allegedly made an unwanted advance on him, but nothing actually happened. "I escaped unscathed, thank you, Jesus," he said. But according to him, Stefon wasn't cool with the fact that Chris now knew his secret. That tension? It didn't go away. A few weeks later, after Chris had distanced himself from Liam's circle, things got even messier. Marshawn, according to Chris, saw that his connection to Liam was fading and allegedly tried to take advantage of the situation. Chris said Marshawn was broke, like actually struggling with 3 kids and no real support from Stefon, since the two didn't meet until Marshawn was around 12. Chris then dropped a bombshell. He claimed Marshawn and another guy robbed him. Not just a petty grab, he said they tried to snatch his career too. According to Chris, it was over a chrome hearts collection he had, including a jacket with over 100 crosses and several designer bags. When he stepped off an elevator, Marshawn allegedly came at him like, "What's up with all that chrome-ish?" And that's when it popped off. Chris said 2 more guys jumped in, didn't care about cameras, and their goal was simple: scare him, silence him, and keep Stefon's name out of the wrong mouths. Because in Chris's words, they wanted him quiet about the closeted receiver. This drama? It's way past messy. It's dangerous. Chris didn't hold back. He claimed they left him in his own apartment after allegedly clearing out all his valuables. He wrapped his message with, "This ain't even all the tea, but everyone thinks they know everything." They'll spin it like it's just about some stolen stuff just to cover up the real issue, that he tried me after already crossing a major line. Chris kept it blunt, saying, "I'm nothing like him. I live my life as a straight man who doesn't mess around with experimenting, but the truth don't need a cheerleader. It shows up when it's time." He even added, "I produce receipts like a printer," basically daring anyone to challenge his claims. But the internet, as always, had folks jumping in the comments, some backing him, others brushing it off, thinking they know his story better than he does. Now back to Cardi. Girl, she really might have deserved better. Between Stefon and Offset, that's a tag team of men who don't seem to know how to stay loyal. Both of them got track records of spreading it around to anybody who shows interest. They're always ready to lay it down, no questions asked, and still, it looks like Cardi's holding it down with Stefon, despite all this chaos and his ex still stirring the pot. But let's be real, if there's one thing we've learned about Cardi, it's that she's loyal to her core, maybe too loyal. It took years of scandal after scandal before she even thought about leaving Offset. And honestly, some folks still don't believe she's truly done with him. There's still a real chance she could take him back like nothing ever happened. Not to hate, but at this point, it's looking like she's gotten way too comfortable dealing with disloyalty. That kind of pattern? It don't just go away overnight. It's really no shock that Cardi's allegedly snapping behind the scenes, same way she came for Jade and her sister when they were messing with Offset. She's got a history of not playing when it comes to her men, and she's made it clear, "You can't mess with me." So if she's really choosing to ride for Stefon through all this Met Gala drama and everything else, that's her decision. But let's keep it real, that side piece better sleep with one eye wide open. Cardi doesn't play nice when she feels betrayed, and her past shows she's not afraid to make a statement, loud and clear. If Stefon's ex is still lurking, she might want to think twice before pushing any more buttons. But now I want to hear from you. What do you think about this wild mess? Are Offset and Stefon both just two of a kind? Drop your thoughts, and don't forget to check out the next video. It gets even crazier!